Hello everyone, my name is Romana and I'm a productivity coach who helps women get super organized and productive so that they can work less and achieve more. And I've decided to do coffee chats because I love to hear other people behind the scenes, and I've decided to do the same. And today I want to talk about how cyclical planning, cyclical living helped me to heal my thyroid issues. It's so common for us women, like there is an epidemic of thyroid issues like Graves' disease, autoimmune diseases, what is the other one? Graves' Hashimoto disease, and all we do is just take medication and we don't look at our lifestyle, how we live. And I just wanted to share a story how I healed my big thyroid issues. I was diagnosed with underactive thyroid, and later on, a year later, I was diagnosed with Graves' autoimmune disease, and my thyroid went like up to the roof. And my doctors told me, like, you will have to be on the medication for the rest of your life. And I was like, no, I won't. You know, I felt sluggish when I had underactive thyroid. I couldn't get up in the morning. I couldn't think. I had foggy mind. I was exhausted all the time. And I can remember one day, at the time I was living in Missouri in the United States, and I was driving on the street in Columbia, and when I turned from the side road to the main road left, I started driving on the left side of the road instead on the right side of the road. And it probably took me 15 seconds or 30 seconds, I don't know, to figure out that I'm on the right side of the road. I had such foggy mind that even driving presented like a huge task for me. And of course I went to the doctor and I was diagnosed with underactive thyroid, and she prescribed me medications. And I said, what can I do to heal myself? Like, what is the underlying cause? And she said, well, we don't know. There's nothing you can do. You will have to be on medications for the rest of my life. And I was like, no, I won't. And she goes, yes, you will. And I was like, no, I won't. And she goes, yes, you will. There is nothing you can do. That's it. And then later on, of course, I took medication, and 1 year later, I moved back to Perth, to Australia. And because the move was so stressful, moving overseas is one of the biggest stress I went through 3 times. And my husband and I, we just got an apartment, we just rented an apartment, started looking for jobs because we didn't have jobs, and then COVID hit. It was in 2020. And suddenly we were just like, oh my God, how on earth we are going to find jobs? Like, we were living on our savings. And then when my thyroid issues escalated to overactive thyroid, and I was also diagnosed with Graves' disease, and I experienced excruciating headaches, pain in my body, my fitness level, even though I was working out every single day, my fitness level just went down and down and down. And it was so bad that my GP called me back like 3 days in a row. She sent me to all the additional tests. She sent me urgently to endocrinologist because my thyroid didn't function at all, like too much function, I would say. And then I went to endocrinologist, and he said, well, you know what, you will have to be on medications for the rest of your life. I was like, no, I won't. And he said, yes, you will. And I said, no, I won't. And he said, yes, you will. And he also said, and because you already have an autoimmune disease, like Graves' autoimmune disease, prepare yourself to get also cancer and other autoimmune diseases. Very encouraging. And I was like, no, I will find the way. And he said, no, you can't find the way. And if your thyroid gets worse, then we will need to remove it surgically, or we will need to kill it with radioactive iodine. So I went home and I started researching, and I did healthy leg. I really lived healthy life before, and I did, when I had underactive thyroid, I get familiar with medical medium Anthony Williams, and I became gluten-free, vegan. I did celery juice every single morning. I did cleanses, and I think that really helped me at that time. But because of the stress of the moving and coronavirus, just diet didn't help really. It did help, but not in the way I wanted to. And then I started researching, how can I do differently? What are underlying causes of thyroid issues? I read books, I read blogs, I watched YouTube videos. And then I came across about cyclical planning and cyclical living. That was so unfamiliar to me at that time. It was like, really? My menstrual cycle really does play a role in my life, how much energy I've got. And having a history of burnout, I did burnout years ago, it really resonated with me. Because before I was just like, go, do, achieve. Like when I achieved one thing, I was already planning to achieve another thing. I didn't even take time to stop and celebrate my achievements. I was just like going on to the next thing, and what is the next thing, and what is the next thing. And honestly, it didn't bring me joy at all. I was just like in this constant hamster wheel of achieving, of proving myself, of doing more, of doing better. And when I learned about cyclical living and planning, according to my menstrual cycle and according to moon cycles, everything changes. Everything changed, really, everything changed. So I kept with my healthy diet, I kept being vegan, gluten-free, I kept drinking celery juice because it does miracles for me, celery juice. But also I started incorporating planning according to my menstrual cycle. I started listening to my body, what my body tells me, when my body needs a rest, when my body needs to be active. And when I started doing the right tasks the right way, gosh, I became so much more productive. I was so less tired and exhausted. And finally, I stopped feeling guilty if I was resting, because I realized that rest is productive. Rest is productive. And my thyroid, my Graves' disease and my overactive thyroid improved immensely, improved so quickly that I was off medications in 6 months. In 6 months. And my endocrinologist said, wow, this is unbelievable. He said, whatever you're doing, just keep doing because it works. However, he wasn't interested in hearing what I was doing, but it really works. And I've been off my thyroid medications, and my thyroid is is completely, like, it's healthy. My results are perfect because I test myself every 4 months. So I've been off medications for for a year now, or 13 months, something like that. And I'm just going strong. And the only thing I do is I just keep healthy diet and cyclical planning and allowing myself to rest much more than I used to, allowing myself to bring more joy in my life by doing things that I love to do. I just recently got back to drawing. It doesn't matter that my drawings are not really high standard, but it brings me joy. This is something I love to do. And I dedicated my Sundays morning just to journal, swimming in the ocean and draw, and that's it. I never ever let myself do that before. I was like, I just opened up my eyes in the morning and I would say, okay, what's the plan for today? What we are going to do today? Oh, I have this on my to-do list and that on my to-do list. Oh, then I need to meet that person. No. We need to slow down. And now that I'm slowing down even more, I have this need to slow down. This need started coming up last year, but this year is even more stronger, I would say. To slow down, to declutter my life with obligations, with to-do lists, with things that I have to do, and put more things on that I want to do. What do I want? I just keep asking myself this question all the time. What do I want to do? What do I want to do today? What will bring me joy? And I just allow myself to do that. And I can't tell you how much calmer, happier, and productive I am. I just got things done so much easier and quicker because I'm not overwhelmed, I'm not stressed out all the time. I don't have this thinking I have to do things, I have to be that way in order to be worthy or to feel worthy. I don't have anymore this desire to prove myself. Prove myself what? To who? No more. So this is just my quick story and background how I got into sharing my knowledge and my experiences with everyone, particularly with women, but with everyone, about cyclical living, cyclical planning, what really productivity is, how to be productive, successful, and happy, and well rested, not exhausted. So I hope I haven't been too rambling, but I decided to do those coffee chats behind the scenes to share my life, to share my experiences, to share my thinking on everything, basically. I decided to do that more often. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that my story resonated with you. And if you have thyroid issues and you don't know what to do, just leave a question below and I'm more than happy to answer it. I'm more than happy to share more experiences with you. What have I done? What worked for me? What didn't work for me? And see you soon. See you next week. Bye.